Good morning. Good morning, guys. So I'm at Walmart again, another Walmart, and last night was so weird. I woke up 3 times, exactly 2 hours apart from each other each time. It's so weird. And then, hi guys. I'm pretty good. Thank you for asking. But when I woke up, I go to grab my phone because today is the day that you get paid for DoorDash. If you guys are DoorDash drivers, we get paid for DoorDash on Tuesdays, or it's supposed to be Monday night at midnight. So I'm at this Walmart parking lot sleeping. Luckily, thank you God, I was able to get a little twin cover and a pillow. So I've been hooking up my back seat. I've been trying to make the best of this and see all the beautiful things that I can, work out outside if I don't have gym access, etc. and so forth. And basically it's just been, one weird thing after another that's just so spooky and problematic, but not so much harmful. Well, besides the raping stuff. Which I can't even believe I say it so nonchalantly now. It's so weird. But anyways, my phone. I have an iPhone. As you guys know, my phone's been cloned, hacked multiple times, numerous times. I've hired IT security to go through the phone and they installed, I think it's McAfee, antivirus and some sort of internet protection. I'm not really familiar. I don't really know that much. But the stuff is still happening. I couldn't use the phone all night long, literally all night long in any capacity. I'd be like, hey Siri, open the internet. And she'd be like, I'm sorry, I can't do that right now. Or I'd be like, hey Siri, I need to make a phone call. And no apps would open. I couldn't make a call. I couldn't do anything but talk to Siri. And her only response was, I'm sorry, I can't do that right now. Or I'm sorry, that's not possible. Weird things. So there's definitely still something going on with my phone. Does anyone here have an iPhone? Have you guys ever experienced anything like this before? It's so weird. It's just super duper weird. How? You know what I mean? Literally. How? I'm just confused about it. So yeah, all night long. And then I log into my PNC because you guys know I bank with PNC. Thank God for PNC. They were so helpful right when he stole all my documents and I needed to do my whole everything, identity and everything. PNC was the best bank ever to work with. I went into 3 banks and had such a hard time, rudeness or well, you're homeless and if you don't have an address, blah, 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 things happen. Americans, people in general, worldwide, need companies that will work with them and their circumstances, so shout out to PNC for that. But yeah, I'm just laying in a Walmart parking lot all night, trying really hard not to cry because my phone won't work. I can't make any calls. I can't send any texts. I can't go on social media. I can literally do nothing, nothing. There's not a single function that my phone would perform. So I was starting to get anxiety because last night, the last time my phone worked, I checked my bank account and my direct deposit had not hit yet from DoorDash. So I'm like, oh my God, this is awful. And I was just freaking out because I'm low on funds right now in I'm in literally, I don't even know, Garajo, Missouri. I have no idea. Oh, and then another weird thing happened. There was a huge group of people in front of the store at 2 a.m, right? And I'm I sit up and I peek out my window and I'm how weird is that? What's this big group of 20 individuals outside of the store at 2 a.m? And as soon as I say that, they all go back inside. It's just the weirdest little coincidences. And I don't even know. I don't think that they want to hurt me anymore. If you guys remember when this all first started, I was terrified. I'm they want to kill me. If they wanted to kill me, I'd be dead. Plain and simple. I don't think they want to hurt me. It's just still a little, unsettling. How are you guys doing? I'm heading back to Chicago, I believe. I've kind of just been like driving around. Like, what I really wanted to do, and the whole reason for this trip was, well, first and foremost, my kids were on a little vacation, and I was kind of sad that I was not going to have anyone to have breakfast with on Easter. So I just went, like, on a whim, driving to Florida to meet them for breakfast Easter Sunday, but they ended up leaving before I could get there. So once I reached Atlanta, they were already on their way back to Chicago. So I'm like, well, I'm having a real hard time door dashing in Chicago. The death threats, the people calling me a fed, all that stuff has not stopped at all. If anything, it's gotten worse, and I feel super unsafe. Also, with the circumstances that went on with my relationship, and like me trying to get help so many times from the court system and, you know, local law enforcement, it just really makes me feel like there is some sort of like something I'm missing as to why, you know, no one will help me with this. Like, I've never met a police officer who sees a woman like being beaten and does nothing. You know, I've never, like, so it was new to me to like experience that. And that's what made me feel like this must be like a situation of corruption or something. But I really don't have enough facts to like say who, what, why, or where. I just keep on documenting it here because it's like, you know, what else can I do? Seriously. But yeah, I was hoping that I'd have like a better time door dashing in another city. And in Atlanta, a lady called me a white pig bitch at Shane's Rib Shack, I think it's called. And I'm like, really? Like, what the fuck? This is my first order. So clearly this is going to continue wherever I am, or what's the deal, you know? So I don't even know, you guys. Like, if anyone has any suggestions on what you guys think I should do, I'm super open. My experience thus far has been that all my friends and family, like, I pretty much just isolated myself from them because I try to tell them, and I don't think this is from a place of like malice or, you know, I don't think they want anything bad for me. I know they don't, but I think they just plain and simply don't know what to do. They don't know what to tell me to do. They don't know how to help, much like most of my viewership. People are just as confused as I am, you know? So I'm not angry with anyone, but I just choose to kind of stay alone because it's like, seems like whatever this is that's following me around, the last thing I want to do is spend too much time with one person and then that person is having issues, or, you know, lead issues to anyone that I love, or just anyone in general, you know, period. With all due respect, because I believe you, but why are these people after you? Do they think you know something, or did you used to work for them? Sorry, just curious. Hope you're blessed. That's okay. Questions are always welcome. I wish I knew. I really wish I knew. I honestly could not tell you. I truly have no idea. My original thought was that they were trying to force my ex to work cases for them, whoever, like the police or whoever. And he's kind of like a shenanigan, like prankster. So I could imagine him like sending them off or doing something bogus. And then they feel like, you know, if the abuse is reported and he's not able to like work with them, I really don't know. Like, I truly don't know. Like, I've had like a million different philosophies about why. I just don't know. That's the God's honest truth. I genuinely, from the bottom of my heart, have no idea. I have no idea. Even the people that I've known, you know, that I've worked with, who, you know, kind of might have a reputation to like want things to be a little more secretive, or what's that word? Just like low key. I know them, I love them, and they would never hurt me, you know? And I think they know me well enough to know that there's nothing and no one that would force me to like get them in trouble or like violate the agreement that we have, the trust that we have, especially in my working relationships. You know, I have some really, really good clients, and my portfolio is, you know, pretty amazing. which makes it even more difficult to understand how I've not been able to obtain employment in the last year when I'm applying for anywhere from 10 to 20 jobs, a day, literally. Oh, and I don't know if I told you guys, this is kind of humorous. I'm trying to find the humor in all these like weird happenings. I applied for some job at this place called the Stretch Lab, and I get a call back. Oh, Heather, we'd like to do a second interview with you. Or we'd like to schedule a first interview. So, okay, cool. I do the whole first interview. It goes well. She's like, well, we want to do a second interview. I'm like, awesome. She's like, the person interviewing me, her name is Bailey Mounts. And then I get an email from the GM whose name is Longstroke. Like, what the fuck? Who even does that? Like, no one has that name. Like, so that means someone literally has to be accessing my emails to see who I'm sending out resumes to then pick up the phone, call me, get my phone number. Like, how are they obtaining this information? This is such a violation. Okay, let's laugh about it. Ha ha ha, long stroke, hilarious. But no, dude, like, I want to work. I don't want to sit around. I don't want to collect unemployment. I don't want to get food stamps. And that's like my heartbreaking moment right now. I had to go get food stamps before I left Chicago. And thank you. I'm so grateful that, I was able to get that, because I wouldn't have been able to eat this entire trip. I funded this entire trip in every city I've been in on $200. And I've used it just for gas. And I've driven DoorDash in different cities, that I've stopped in, again, with the hopes that it would be, because I truly don't mind driving DoorDash. I actually enjoy it a lot. The freedom, the flexibility, it's a really good, gig. But what does bother me is you're a white pig, I'll fucking kill you. That stuff's a little unsettling. So anyways, I just want to jump on, do you have any food and beverage experience? My experience is mostly in like marketing, administration, business development, customer relations, brand management, social media, and then entertainment. That's kind of my jam. I am really familiar, really comfortable in those industries. And that's kind of what I'm looking for. To me, would I take a job in the service industry? No, probably not. Why? Because why would I stop driving DoorDash to go sit at one location? And, it's just not for me, at all. It's good for tons of people, and a lot of people really like it and make a lot of money doing it. Just for me, I like to move around. I like to have freedom in my schedule. I like to feel like I have the ability to be creative. If you're like a waitress, or you're like doing something in that industry where you're hospitality in general, there's not much room for creativity, in my opinion. And for some people that really works. Some people need that. Some people need that structure in order to be successful. For me, I'm the exact opposite. I need a boss who's able to look at me and be like, okay, I've seen this before. I recognize your skill set. You're, good at this, and that. Here's some, responsibilities. Here are some tasks that I need you to take care of, and then give me the freedom to go ahead and do it, and to believe in me that it'll get done. Because when I have that micromanaging, over the shoulder, kind of position, I just get so bored and unable to focus. And then my anxiety kicks in, because it's like I'm just like going back and forth doing the same mundane thing, and then my mind is like so free to think that I just create these crazy circumstances. So in my experience with my anxiety, with my PTSD, number one, sitting in one location every day is very difficult for me. I start getting really nervous that people like are trying to come and get me. Number two, not having any room for creativity. It just makes me extremely anxious because I feel like my mind is almost asleep. I'm kind of running on autopilot. And that just leaves, you know, a ton of opportunity for me to think of scary, anxiety-inducing situations. When I'm actively working on a cause, I don't feel too anxious because I feel like I'm distracted from my problems, and like what else is going on, and I'm focused and I have a purpose, and that's, you know, really where I do my best. That's more than just anxiety. Did you get to have your kids? I'm not sure if you've been listening, Jen. I'm sleeping in my car in a Walmart parking lot. So what kind of a mother would I be? With all due respect to you, I feel like that's kind of a dumb question. Every time I come on here, I'm talking about like people threatening my life and calling me a pig and telling you guys that I'm sleeping in a Walmart parking lot. My children are the most important thing to me. I would never in a million years subject them to any of the things that are going on with me. So until I'm able to, again, find a job, a career, some sort of income where I can be productive and make money and create wealth, and then build stability, I will not be bringing my children into this situation. I see them regularly. You know, I parent them over FaceTime. They have a lot of other family, thank God, who have been amazing on their father's side. But that's really something that I prefer keeping private to begin with. And that if you had, you know, a little bit of common sense and compassion, I feel like you guys would stop asking about that. I sleep in my car, in the back seat, parked in a Walmart parking lot. It's been like this. I've been being raped when I go into Airbnbs. I'm threatened when I drive DoorDash. I've gone to the court system for help. I've gone to the police for help. I feel like I'm kind of alone in the matter. So no, you know, I'm not going to bring my kids into this situation. And I'm sorry if that sounded rude. It's just like, that's kind of like a touchy subject for me, as it would be for any mother. People are like, well, why don't you just get a job at McDonald's and have your kids? You're made to be a mother. I'm not made to work at McDonald's and support 3 children on minimum wage. I'm, you know, intelligent and dynamic and capable and willing. And I will stop at nothing until I find a position that's suited for me. And then I will build a beautiful, stable life for my children. And until that happens, I will just keep on putting one foot in front of the other and doing what I have to do to survive and to be my greatest self. A lot of people also get like, I don't know what word to use because I want to be real careful while I'm talking. I don't want to offend anyone, you know. My feelings have been really, really hurt. I've had a lot of hate here, especially. So I try not to let that make me angry or bitter. But people have called me so many names and said so many things. And I just want to set the record straight that I have no issues with anyone. But please, if you guys are coming here, let it be for reasons that are, you know, conducive to supporting me through this really difficult time. Not being hateful, please. So anyways, I'm going to jump off. I have a lot of stuff to do today. And when I say a lot of stuff, I mean like I have to wander and find my next place and see what's going on there. And, you know, oh my gosh, MPS Memphis. I love it so much. I didn't want to leave. It's definitely in my top three for sure. It's beautiful. It is absolutely stunning. I would live there in a heartbeat. It is so gorgeous. Oh my gosh. They have this entire like a river walk with outdoor activities. Like, they call it an obstacle course, but really I feel like it's like a fitness center spread out over like a mile long. They've got parallel bars, they've got balance beams, they've got so much amazing stuff. It's just a beautiful place. I really enjoyed my time there, and I hope to go back soon. I loved it. So I'm gonna go. I love you guys so much. I hope you have a fantastic day, and you make tons of money and smile a bunch and laugh and cherish every moment. Oh, I didn't talk about this actually before I jump off. So when I was leaving Memphis, I'm like, I have to go back to Chicago because I have court. I have court in Chicago on May. I have like 2 court dates in Chicago. And I have a speeding ticket in Georgia that I need to pay or be back there for court May 4th. So the point is, I need to get like making money. If anyone has any opportunity for any like social media management, branding, anything I can do for you remotely, please DM me. My DM is always open. I'm really good at consulting on matters like that. Please hit me up. Also, if anyone wants to help me out, my PayPal is just do it respect. Just do it like Nike. Respect. No spaces or anything like that. But I did also want to touch on, I'm passing through St. Louis. Did you guys see that story about the inmates who had like signs saying, please help us, and like we're lighting fire to escape the prison? That's so unsettling for me. And since St. Louis is on the way back to Chicago anyways, I was like thinking about passing through and seeing what I see. People don't typically riot and like break out of secure buildings and set fire to them unless there's an issue. And the fact that they're saying like, please help us, I'm worried about the people. So I'm just going to pass through and see what I see. You know, obviously I'm not God. So, you know, I can only offer support and perspective and, you know, light if I see anything. But, I am worried about them, and I want everyone to pray for everyone involved in whatever's going on in St. Louis. Hopefully we'll get some clarity, with regards to that situation soon. I love you guys. Have a great day.